guys, it's Izzy and welcome back to my channel.
I've been thinking about.
So in today's video I am going to be letting you know basically how I grew my Instagram. I do just want to say before this video starts, you may literally listen to everything I say in this video and your Instagram might not become like successful, but I think part of growing your Instagram is down to luck, but there are some few things that you can do to help. So I thought I'd just quickly explain how my Instagram grew. So I think I had about 13,000, which I'd basically just grown from like YouTube and like people I knew. That was like a really big number to me, and then I started posting makeup videos on my channel. Huda Beauty reposted it, and basically I gained across like 3 days 200,000 followers. So I gained really quickly. I'm now on 360,000, so it is still going up, but I thought I'd teach you or let you know a few things that have been really useful and helpful to me whilst trying to grow my Instagram. So the first thing is hashtags. Now I never knew hashtags had any importance. I never really knew why you use them, but actually hashtags can be really important. So for example, I'm posting a makeup video. If I put any hashtags that relate to the video, then it will actually get more views.
Why?
Because people can follow hashtags on Instagram. So if I was following like hashtag makeup videos, then the video that I'd use the hashtag in would show up almost as if that was an account when you follow the hashtag. I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically it widens the audience of your post because it means that another stream of people who may not follow you directly but will see the post. So either the post will become successful, and if people like the post, they're gonna follow you. So the next one is consistent posts. You can't go MIA for like a year and come back and expect the people that follow you to still be as loyal, to still want to watch what you do, and for your followers to still be the same. A lot of people, if they see people haven't posted in a while, will actually unfollow accounts, and it's not going to do you very well if you're getting unfollowed. So yeah, I definitely would suggest being pretty active. I know some people literally post every single day, but due to me being at school I can't post every day, so I try and post once or at least twice a week and make sure my content is varied between makeup pictures, makeup videos, fashion, and yeah, because that is kind of how my account's grown, so I want to make sure I include that to keep everyone happy. I'd also suggest the posts being something you'd want to look at, and if you see it in Explore or on a hashtag, something you'd like to follow. So I always keep that in mind. Is this like enticing enough for someone to want to see it and then follow you? The next hack is probably how my Instagram definitely gained the first 200,000. So, for example, I do makeup videos and on my Instagram, and you can totally take this for whatever like type of videos you do. I'm just using makeup as an example because that's what I do. So I'm going to post a makeup video and I am going to tag all of the products that I'm using in the video. So I'll tag where my eyebrows are from. Wow. My mama. But I'll tag literally like where my mascara is from, where my eyelashes are from, my eyeshadow palette and stuff like that. Or if I'm doing just a full face of one makeup brand, so for instance, I don't know, I did a full face of Huda Beauty, I'll tag Huda Beauty. I'll then go on my story or in the post or somewhere and ask everyone to tag that account. It especially works if the account that you're tagging reposts. So quite often I'll tag like makeup video accounts that basically just repost, because if they repost it, they've got a bigger audience that can then be exposed to my channel, or yeah. So I either do a mixture of the makeup products and where they're from, because one, that's informative to your audience, and two, they might see you, they might think, oh, I'll send you some free stuff. And yeah, that's basically how tagging accounts works. But obviously then if you get posted on the other account, you're exposing your videos to a whole new audience. And yeah, one thing I would suggest is if you're going to post a video on Instagram, I always put my @ name, because if people repost things, it can quite often get lost where it's from, so that will just always make sure that everyone comes back to your channel rather than the channel that's reposting it. Now, I really like talking to other people with similar followings to me who do similar things to me, and one, it's really helpful to learn from each other's advice. Like I'm sharing this video with you, there are loads of people that I have spoken to that have helped me out with things such as like sponsorships, video ideas, literally everything like that. So it's always useful to get an opinion of someone else that maybe has been doing it longer than you or something like that. And also it means you can help each other by doing shout outs, even collabs. So although I don't have every single minute of every day to make Instagram posts, I try and update my story at least once a day so everyone kind of knows what's happened with my life. I do things such as polls, question things, basically things that are super interactive, so I can be interacting with my audience. I love interacting with you guys, replying to your comments, answering your questions, taking your video suggestions and using them because some of them are really good sometimes. But basically that just builds a more like connection between you and your audience because you're actually being active. The amount of comments I'll reply to and they're like, oh my god, you actually reply, and I'm like, of course I'm gonna reply. You guys are showing your time and willing to watch my YouTube videos or my Instagram videos, so the least I can do is try and reply. I also suggest making highlights. There's a thing on Instagram where basically you can save stories to your profile, but I basically have an events one, a YouTube one and a PR one. So it basically means anyone clicking on my profile can see a less filtered version of my life, which I personally think helps them see me as a person rather than as an influencer, because if you're not careful, everyone just assumes that you're like not a real person. So I think that really helps make a more human connection between people. That doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in my head. I have my YouTube there so that people actually can make a connection between my YouTube and my Instagram, because I have loads more followers on my Instagram that don't even know about my YouTube. Like, they just don't. And so that is my attempt of trying to merge it together, and it's not always successful because otherwise my followers would be the same, but it's pretty decent. So the next one is also using stories. So I quite often like to post my video that I've put on my Instagram or my picture and then share it onto my story so that everyone can see it on my story as well, because Instagram's feeds, you never know what they're going to do because they change it every 2 minutes. But basically that just means that anyone that sees your story then goes, oh, you got a new picture, and can go like it from there. Sometimes I also like to do, oh, there'll be a new video in half an hour, because that means people are waiting at the time that I've said it's going to be posted to check my channel, which is obviously amazing that people do that. So the last thing I'm going to suggest is more of like a technical thing, but basically the way to get on Explore page is to have good engagement. What is engagement, I hear you say? Basically, it's the amount of people that like, comment and see your video, picture, whatever. So I would even suggest in the caption of your picture or your post, whatever you want to call it, asking a question to your audience, or maybe even asking them to tag someone, because this not only is going to expose your post more, but it's going to increase the engagement, which also exposes it more. I think even setting a like goal is really important, because that goal is something your followers should aim to try and get, which might make them promote your post more, or maybe even like it, even if they wouldn't normally. I definitely think buying followers is not the way to gain anything on Instagram, because you can always see in the engagement whether someone's bought them or not, because you'll have like thousands, hundreds of thousands, and maybe like 5 likes, and yeah, that's not pretty, and that's gonna make you feel awful about your account. So I definitely suggest gaining the proper way is the most important. I think making more of a friendship with your followers also really helps, because it shows them that you're actually committed to what you're doing and you're really happy and grateful for the support that they're willing to give you. And don't think this video is me trying to brag and me making out like I'm the most famous person on Instagram, because I'm not Kylie Jenner and I'm certainly not the egg. Whoopsie. But if you did enjoy this video, let me know, and also if you want me to make a part 2 with some more things to learn when trying to grow your Instagram, then definitely tell me in the comments. Remember to like, comment other video ideas or questions, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.